Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. So today I wanted to do a palette bingo with my Ace Beaute palettes because I haven't done one with all of these ever since I got the Oceanic. I have done a palette bingo, I think, with all 4 of the Paradise. I've done one with all 5, including the Flair, and I've done one with the Flair and Oceanic together, but I haven't done one with all 6 of these. I do own the Grandiose, but I never want to include it in these palette bingos because it's gonna just be like a random neutral shade in the midst of all these. And if you saw my least favorite palette video, that technically was my least favorite just because I never reach for it. I will give it some more love eventually. There will be a 3-Lix-1 palette with it eventually. I just don't feel like playing with it in these bingos. So yeah, I'd rather play with the fun, colorful ones. I love Ace Beaute as a brand so much. I love their shadow formula. I literally can't understand why people have issues with it. I think it blends like a dream. The pigmentation is so good. The shadows layer nicely. The shimmers are so pretty and they are just so pigmented. I love everything about the formula. I've said this 5 million times, but the Flair palette is my #1 favorite palette. This is what I take if I'm going to travel anywhere. This is just my go-to palette if I don't need to film. I love it. It's the perfect mix of grungy and colorful, and it's just perfect for me. The Oceanic, like, took my breath away. I loved creating looks with this. It's so stunning. The Classical Paradise is my perfect fall palette. It's so gorgeous. I love this golden apple shade more than anything. The Blossom Passion is probably my least favorite out of the bunch just because I don't reach for these kinds of shades too often. However, I did really enjoy playing with this when I did do a 3-Lix-1 palette. It's really, really pretty. The Slice of Paradise is my favorite rainbow palette that I own, which I really don't own too many rainbow palettes, but this one is just my perfect one. And because of this one, I don't feel the need to buy really any other rainbow palettes. I actually use Flamingo as my blush today because I think it's such a cute shade. I know I'm very blushed, but I like it that way. And the Paradise Fallen is one that surprised me that I like it so much because well, when I tried it at the time, I didn't love using purple eyeshadow. I like it a lot more now, but this palette is just so pretty. I love the tones in this. It's so just deep and moody. So good. So, so good. I adore it. But yeah, we're going to do a, I don't know, palette bingo, see what happens. I just went with neutral background. I felt like wearing a wig today because my hair is very dirty. Very dirty. So that's why my hair is all different. And we'll see what happens. I just have these in chronological order of how they came out, and then I have the Paradise collection in alphabetical order because I always like there to be some kind of order when I do these because I am randomly drawing the numbers. I'm going to draw 1 shade randomly from each palette, so there will be six shades total. And then I have to create a look with them just in case you haven't seen one of my palette bingos before. Have to use all the shades. I'm not using any extra shades, so that's how I personally do it. So let's get on that Paradise collection first. We're going to do the Blossom Passion to start because alphabetically. There are 12 shades in this palette. The first one we got is #4. Ooh, we got Carnation. This one is one of my favorites. It's so pretty. It's such a cute corally pinky shade. It's so cute. Let's do the Classical Paradise now. We got #2. I got Barley. I actually used this as my face highlight today. I forgot to say that earlier. It's a really good shade. I swear I got this in my last Ace Beaute palette bingo. Oh, it's such a pretty highlight shade. I know what's going in my inner corner, that's for sure. I just coughed in the middle of my sentence, but we got #5 for the Paradise Fallen. All right, we got Vine, just a matte brown, but you know what? At least it's a matte shade. I was a little terrified that I was gonna get all shimmers. I'm always scared of that. So at least we know we have like some really solid matte shades, so I feel like even if I get 2 shimmers, I would be fine. Oh, I guess 3 shimmers in this case, there's 3 more palettes. And now the Slice of Paradise. We got #9. We got Macaw, this really pretty blue. I don't know what kind of look we're gonna do. Oh, there's so much pigment. Love it. I have no clue what look we're gonna do. We will see. Now for the next 2 palettes, there are 15 shades, so I'm just gonna reset that. And now we're on the Flair palette. We got #4. We got the shade Mulberry, which is this light mauvey lavendery kind of color. I have no freaking idea what we're gonna create. This is a very odd color combo so far. And now we're on the Oceanic. We got #2. Ooh, I love this shade. We got Jellyfish. Oh, it's such a cool shade. It's like a greeny, goldish kind of color. I'm running out of room. Oh, this is an odd color combo. I'm not stumped. but I don't know right off the bat what I want to do either. I'm pretty sure this is going to go in my inner corner and this is going to go on my lid in some way, of course. High chance I'm going to do a half cut crease, but I don't know what we're going to do. We'll just have to see, because I don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit, prime my eyes with my Sigma eyeshadow base and ignite. I'm not going to set it because I don't do that, and we will get started. All right, so I have a vague idea on what I want to do. I don't know how it's going to look, to be honest with you, but I'm going to start with Carnation. Actually, no, I take that back. I want kind of my transition-y shade first because I don't know how it's going to look. I'm going to take Mulberry from the Flair palette, and with that, I'm just taking this large-ish brush from Colourpop. It's an E12, F12, sorry. And I'm just going to start kind of packing this in the outer corner and just kind of through the crease, just to get kind of a base shade kind of laid down. I don't know how this color combo is going to look all together. I'm a little worried it's going to look odd, but we'll just have to see. I am glad I got a lot of mattes though, because I'm always super stumped if I get a ton of shimmers, because I like to have a lot of mattes in an eye look. I like to use a lot of shimmers as well, but I need my mattes to make it look cohesive. So now I'm going to dip into Carnation, and I'm just going to use this Morphe brush. It's a Morphe M441, and I want this focused on the inner portion of my crease. So I'm just going to start swirling this all up in this zone, this front zone. I don't even mind if it gets kind of in my inner corner a little bit, because I want this shade to really shine through. I think it's going to look really pretty with that lid shade. And I don't really care if that Mulberry shade gets covered up a little bit, because the whole point of that shade was more so to be like a transition, not really a impactful color in this look, you know? I'm going to go back in with that first brush just to make sure that edge is blended nicely. And now I'm going to dip into my Slice of Paradise palette, and I'm going to take that Macaw shade, the dark blue, and I'm going to use this kind of small e.l.f. crease brush. And I'm just going to start tapping this in the outer corner of my eye. And I want this to just only go about halfway to meet up with that Carnation shade. And then I'll just kind of go back and forth in a minute to blend them together. I guess I'm going to take this a little bit in my outer corner of the lower lash line, just because that's where the shadows are wanting to go. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to go too ham. I'm going to take that brush with Carnation now, maybe just a tiny bit more of Carnation, not a ton. I'm just going to start kind of going lightly back and forth right where they meet, so it can have a little bit of a flow. Those are actually going really nicely together. Wasn't quite sure how that would be. And now I'm going to take that first brush and just kind of lightly dust around these edges in the outer corner. I do want the blue to look pretty heavy and pretty dramatic, just because I think it's such a pretty shade of blue. I think I want to smudge this just a tiny bit more in the lower lash line. I don't have any more product on the brush. I'm just using what was already there. And then I'm gonna go back in with that first brush to blend it out some. This is going by really quick so far. I feel like the intro of this video is gonna be longer than the actual tutorial. I'm gonna take Vine now from the Fallen Paradise, and really I'm just gonna use this on the lower lash line. I have this little definer brush, and I'm just gonna start tucking that kind of right against the lashes. It would be me to just like disregard the brown. It's just how it is though. I do want it nice and sultry, smoky on the lower lash line. I just didn't want it to be like too obvious, you know? Just gonna take this random pencil brush with just the tiniest amount of Vine. I barely tapped in. And I'm going to just start smudging. Oh, I actually like the way that looks against the blue too. Gonna take that first brush I was using, no additional product, and just start blending again. This is all going really well so far, I think. I think it's kind of cool. It's very odd, this color combo, but I think it's cool. I'm all about odd color combos though. All right, so now for my lid, I'm gonna do a half cut creasy thing, of course, because I really want this color to pop. I'm gonna be taking Jellyfish from the Oceanic palette, and I just have this kind of flat shadow brush, and I'm gonna take my NYX glitter primer, of course, because I can't use a shimmer without it. And I'm just gonna take a little dot of it on my brush and just kind of dot it around my lid. and then just kind of carve out roughly where I'm going to want that cut crease. Dipping right into Jellyfish. Ugh, it's such a cool shade. I am obsessed with it. I'm just gonna start laying that down where I want it in cut creasey fashion. You could totally do this without doing a cut crease, but honestly, I don't really expect many of you to recreate this. I don't know how many of you own all of these palettes, and also this is like a weird kind of color combo. I love it, but it is weird. I can understand a lot of you not vibing with this. I won't have hurt feelings if this isn't your favorite look of mine. Oh, but it's so cool. Now I'm going to go back in with that brush that I used the blue, if I can find that brush or hold it. I keep dropping it. And I'm just going to start smudging. I don't have any additional product on this brush. I'm just using what's on it. Just to lightly smudge out here. I'm really liking this a lot. I know you can't even really see that mulberry shade from the beginning. I guess I just ignored that it was a thing. This is cool. I like it. So for the last shade, I'm going to take that Barley from the Classical Paradise and pop it in my inner corner. Hang on, Morgan's calling me. Hello.
Hey.
All right, so I did both eyes because Morgan and I were talking on the phone, but I figured I would share my eye pencil with you. Maybe I'll do this neon yellow. I know it doesn't totally match anything, but I feel like it could be really cool. This is from Colourpop. It's in the shade Crrsd. I think I like this idea. If anything, I might top this one from LA Girl. No, I'll do Colourpop. I'll just stick with Colourpop. I might top the Colourpop Electric Daisy over top to make it more so this lid shade. But we'll see. I'm going to try it, see how it looks. I'm going to do, well, I guess I already did the other eye. I'll throw on my lashes, something on my lips, and we will finish this up. All right, this is the final look. What do you think? I ended up going in with both of those eye pencils. I did the yellow one first and then topped the green on top of it, and it matches my lid pretty perfectly, especially from afar. And then my lashes are the same Disco Lashes from Pinky Rose, and on my lips I went with the Stuntin So Juicy Gloss from Colourpop. I need more of these. I love the way they feel and look. I love the shine. I love that minty tingly feeling on my lips. It's so refreshing. I feel so cute in this look. I know I thought it was a weird color combo, but now that it's all complete, I really like it. I feel like it works. It honestly looks like something I would have thought of on my own. Obviously, I probably would have skipped that transition shade and I would have skipped the brown. Those are just kind of mixed in there in a subtle way. But I love everything else about this look. I love this Jellyfish shade. It's one of my favorites from that palette. And I had fun creating this look. I don't think I spent a whole lot of time doing this look. It was really just easy and quick. I don't know if I would call it easy per se, but it was pretty quick. It wasn't the most difficult look I've ever done. I really like it. I hope you guys do too. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like how I used the shades. How would you have used these shades if you got this palette bingo? Would you have enjoyed it? Would this have scared you? I want to know your thoughts. I always like to chat with you about that. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I want to do more palette bingos with brands. I kind of started slacking on doing brand multi-palette bingos because I got really busy with other things, but I want to start doing it again. I definitely want to do one with my OMFG palettes. I want to do Give Me Glow again now that I have the Juicy Olive. I still need to do my Juvia's Place ones. I want to do Colourpop again now that I have all those. I want to do all my Jeffree Star ones again. Let me know what kinds of multi-palette bingos you'd like to see from me because I really want to get into doing them often again. And you guys really seem to like them, so let's get on that. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I post most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.